Hola! What is today? Tuesday. Tuesday! See, as soon as I start talking here, she comes. Wanting to know what's happening. What are you doing? Oh, yawning. Was you sleeping? She didn't even come over here when I was stitching. She was passed out, but now that I'm vlogging, just gotta get all up in my business. I'm glad I had those 2 videos to upload this last weekend, we were having some tummy issues in the house. 2 people in 1 bathroom when you both have issues. Luckily, we kind of never had to use the bathroom at the same time. My stomach was still rolling last night, but today it doesn't seem to be doing too bad. We were thinking maybe it was some sauerkraut he made on Friday. I didn't have very much of it, but man, it was ugly. Wasn't it, kitty? Yeah, it was ugly. So, my hair is like half dry. Well, it's almost dry now. I got a shower a little while ago. I got up and made Dad. I was going to make it last night for dinner, but then we just had leftover green beans that I made a couple days ago. But he's given the rest of those, the green beans, potatoes, bacon, onion stuff. We have a bowl of it left that we're giving to the neighbor guy. He's going to pick it up on his way home from work. And so we had that last night, and then I got up after I took my shower and made some creamed asparagus. And now we're asparagus out. Yep. Ow. The shoulder's killing me. I just got done doing some cross stitching. Should I show them what it looks like now? Of course I will. I'm working on this corner yet. Oh, it's upside down. This corner. It's getting close to being filled in. So, just working on everything other than trying to get everything filled in, like background stuff, other than the house and boat dock. So it's going pretty good. Going good. I did run out of one color, and so it's a real dark green, but luckily where it's positioned, it kind of is right next to some black, so I'm just going to do it all black in that area. It'll just miss a few little green spots, which won't really matter in the scheme of things. I thought I would have enough, but I didn't. I just didn't. Did some work stuff. Got my payroll done. Our accountant called for Dad's taxes. We knew he was gonna have to pay in this year because we closed out that money fund to buy the van, so that was not a shock. We never really told her. She's like, "What did you do?" Oh, you're Heidi Ho. Heidi Ho, what are you doing? Is your daddy coming? I hear him too. Maybe he's coming. Has he come yet? He's talking about. I don't know what he's saying. Heidi's feeling more perky. She had a few days where she was kind of not too perky. She just wanted to take a couple days off. Kind of like Dad and I have those couple days we just chilling. Now she's back to her running around self. Well, she sleeps a lot. She's old. Her birthday's in a month. A month and a day. Is it the 6th or the 4th? I can never remember. But, she'll be 12. A dozen years. It's hard to believe we've had her for 12 years. The dog I had the longest in my life was a dog named Winnie, and I had her for 18 years. She was my childhood dog up until my teens. She was a black poodle terrier. She was a good dog. She was the one that would put up with anything. She'd let me put I'd put old baby clothes on her. She'd let me put diapers on her. She would just sit there and look at me like, I cannot believe you're doing this to me. But she was just the best dog. Winnie was except she was the kind of dog that when she got out, like she'd sneak out, and it was a game. You had to catch her. She'd run. She was a runner. Because she was the only kind she went out was on lead. What are you doing? What you crying for? Did Daddy go out without you? And then she had a little area outside of a pen. A portion of our yard was fenced in with a dog house, like one of those big insulated dog houses. My grandpa, Crow, my mom's dad, was a big... Before I was born, I can remember him having them, but he was a big beagles, hunting dogs. He was big into hunting dogs, and he had dog runs and where the dogs lived out there in their runs, and they had the big houses with the insulation. And so I remember he gave me one of those houses, but I remember those dogs. My favorite thing was when he was getting ready to feed him. I'm like, Grandpa, let me feed him, because he would mix table scraps in with dry dog food and a little water and mix it up almost like a thick stew. And he would slop them in their dish. He had one dog named Cricket, I remember. And he had a dog named Dan, I remember. Cricket was a really good hunter. They would, before I was born, he would get in competitions. Oh, I remember seeing trophies in the basement of when dogs would tree raccoons and get raccoons. But he'd go squirrel hunting or rabbit hunting. And Grandpa was a big hunter. And not just hunting for sport. He hunt to eat. So, Dad was never a big hunter. I've said it before. He used to go deer hunting every year with his friends up north. And Dad's big hunting experience was usually to go out into the woods and find a nice tree to lean up against and sit on the ground and fall asleep and snore. Yeah. I can remember him getting a deer once, and that was about it. He never really... He just went mainly to hang out with the guys. What are you doing? No. No. I don't even know what got me on this tangent today. Someone asked me about my grandma that we went out with the other day. She's my mom's mom. She's my only grandparent I have left. My dad's parents both passed away. My grandpa passed away in 1984 when I was 12. And my grandma passed away in 1990 when I was 18. So they've been gone quite a long time. And then my grandpa Crow, he passed away in, I think, 1999, I want to say. I think it was 1999. And my grandma will be 85 this year. She still, she takes care of 2.5 acres of grass. In the summertime, she's a mowing fool, and she moves stuff around that we all get on her about. She's big into moving her furniture around in the house. She was telling me the other day, she goes, yep, I moved my couch. I didn't like it where it was, so I moved it back. Constantly, she's always been that way. Like, I remember once I stayed the night with her, and I went to sleep and woke up the next day, and I'm like, Grandma, wasn't that chair over there yesterday? She goes, yeah, I just moved it. She's always been that way. She'll take a bed and move it from being flush on the wall to maybe kitty cornered. And I'm like, Grandma, she just did this the other day. I'm like, you shouldn't be moving a bed by yourself. It slides really good on the carpet, she says. I'm like, she cracks me up. She's always, and she has a couch that she hates. It has, but she said one day she'll find the one she wants, but she hasn't. It's been probably 5 or 6 years that she's been talking about how she wants to get a different couch. But the couch she has now has recliners on each end. And she says, I will never have a couch like that again. She said those couches are too heavy because it is hard for her to push it around the living room, but she still does it. And she said, I think my next couch is just going to be a love seat anyway. She's been saying this for years, but my grandma's cool. Katie, what you doing? I'm just babbling about a whole lot of nothing. Yep. Now, I'm going to... What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe watch an episode of The Blacklist. I'm almost to end of season 1, then I'll be done until they put season 2 onto Netflix. Okay. I'm done yakking. I'll be back either tomorrow or the next day. Bye.